Martin. There is a lot of money in Illinois politics. Politicians are weaponizing their war chests in ways that threaten the election process. In her recent piece for the Democracy Solutions Project, Chicago Sun-Times chief political reporter Tina Svandelas looked at campaign finance in the state and how big money is causing big problems for Illinois voters. She spoke with WBEZ's Mary Dixon. The conversation, part of the Democracy Solutions Project. It's a collaborative effort among WBEZ, the Chicago Sun-Times, and the University of Chicago's Center for Effective Government. Tina Svandelas is the chief political reporter at the Chicago Sun-Times. She spoke with WBEZ's Mary Dixon.
So in your piece, you identify multiple issues that are affecting state elections, including self-funded candidates and legal loopholes. What's going on?
There's a lot of problems in Illinois. As you said, there's a lot of money, which leads to more problems. I do detail some of the issues, including meddling in primaries, which we saw last year with Governor Pritzker in the Republican primary for governor. And that was him giving $24 million to the Democratic Governors Association so that they can run ads in the Republican primary. I'm sure you remember those because there were so many ads running in that campaign. But it was boosting Darren Bailey, saying that he was too conservative for Illinois. And what that does is that riles up Republican primary voters. They get really upset or they get really animated and they kind of do what the ad tells them to do. And in that case, Pritzker wanted to face Darren Bailey over the moderate candidate, Richard Irvin. And that strategy worked for him.
Aren't there state laws that regulate how money is spent in political races?
Yes, so I went down the history books for Illinois, and in 2009, Governor Pat Quinn was the first person to try to get campaign finance reform on the books, and that was a year after former Governor Rod Blagojevich was arrested, and obviously that was tied to campaign contributions. So in 2009, Governor Pat Quinn, he gets a reform commission together, and he finally does get a law on the books. And in that case, there were contributions limits for corporations and unions, for individual donors, and for political action committees. So back in 2009, this law would have put limits on PACs. As we know, that is not happening. And that changed in 2011 because of the Supreme Court decision in which they said that super PACs could not have limits. So Illinois went back to the drawing board in 2011, and they allowed super PACs to have unlimited amounts of contributions, which is what we have seen ever since.
And then there's the issue of self-funding loopholes, right?
Yes. So that was originally in the 2009 bill. And I talked to Governor Pat Quinn. He says he did not intend this to help millionaires, but it does help millionaires in that anyone who can give $250,000 to their statewide campaign blows the caps, meaning they could put unlimited amounts into their campaign. And so that has been happening ever since. Obviously, we have had Bruce Rauner as a governor, J.B. Pritzker for however long he wants to be governor. So we have been led by these really wealthy candidates who are making extraordinary amount of contributions to these campaigns.
If we agree that this use of big money is a problem, is there a solution to it?
I think there are multiple solutions. We are seeing them play out in several cities and states. Evanston last year became the first city in the state to enact a public financing program. So under that new program, candidates for mayor will be able to receive funding matched at a 9-to-1 ratio. So that means that people can give up to $150 for each candidate and then have that matched to a 9-to-1 ratio by the public government. And that is a way for residents who do not have a lot of money to be able to play a role in big elections.